Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis, and today we're going to be talking about LCX. So let's just dive in, let's talk about a few things. So I am recording this a little bit ahead of time, so prices are most likely going to change drastically, but we have done videos on LCX in the past. Coincidentally, we're actually still in profit on this asset from my, original video on it. I talked about this at around like roughly the 3 to 4 cent zone. Since then I have taken, profits on this as we have over 10x on those trades back in the summertime. But we are now nearing our buy zone yet again, and I honestly think that this is an incredible opportunity, similar to what it was back here as well. We're going to be talking about why. In terms of the holders tab, we are seeing slight accumulation after we've seen some slight, drops back in like even May, as you guys do see. But you can see that we have been drastically increasing. I mean, for the most part, it's like about 600 new total addresses since, of course, like March, which you'd love to see. In terms of like the supply, I think that this is a very low supply gem, and I think that, with what they are focused on, I think that this could definitely hit some nice high figures, and we're going to be, talking about why. So first and foremost, let's go over to the exchanges, because I know that LCX just recently got listed on Kraken. We do see here, are you ready to buy LCX token on Kraken? And of course, now it is live on Kraken. If this was any other time in this market, so like I always say, like a lot of these tokens do have a rough time in terms of like the time frame that they do get listed on, like an exchange like Kraken, for an example, where like the market sentiment is just absolute garbage and the price of the token just does not drastically increase, which is of course expected. But what this actually does open in terms of like the doors to opportunity is it allows for LCX to be on a major exchange like Kraken, the number 4 largest crypto exchange, with over $700 million 24-hour volume and over 1.2 million weekly visits. This allows for when the market sentiment goes back to normal, we start to kind of move up in price. It allows for ease of access for retail individuals when we are starting to pump massively to FOMO in. I share this with you is because we are basically in this market where a large percentage of the retail investor and even like institutional investors have now taken a step out of the market. And I think that this is the opportunity of a lifetime where we kind of look at this market and we're like, all right, well, there has been a huge amount of money kind of wiped off the surface of the market cap and out of a lot of these assets. I'm sure that a large, amount of individuals have taken, again, their step out the door. They're no longer in crypto. But these are the same individuals that will come running back once they see the market, starting to pump and they see the mainstream media outlets really kind of pushing. Now, the reason why I talk to you guys about LCX is because you guys know that I am a utility, lover around this market. I love utility-based tokens. LCX is building some very strong use cases, and we're going to dive into it. So first off, LCX Fire Salamander. I don't really know what's up with the name on this one, but it actually is pretty cool. Is a powerful decentralized exchange aggregator. Users now have access to Basic Swap, Pro Swap, decentralized exchange charts, Uniswap, Sushi Swap, Shiba Swap, and more. What a tongue twister that one was. But yes, I think that this is great. I've always said, like, in terms of like DeFi and decentralized exchange offerings, this is huge for any network. I've said this even in regards to Casper and Hedera. So you love to see this as well. Now, also LCX. LCX believes in regulation. LCX is continuously engaging with policymakers, regulators, and financial institutions, and will routinely participate in financial and security audits as well as regulatory compliance reviews. Now, this is what you want to see. This is the first regulated cryptocurrency exchange, or like one of the many first, regulated crypto exchanges. And I would say that this is probably one of the most regulated crypto exchanges out there in terms of how compliant they actually are. Now, I think that what they are focused on in terms of like regulatory standards, I think is very good for what they are actually focused on in terms of their ecosystem. So let's dive into that and let's talk about it. So right off the rip, you go over to LCX and you look into their ecosystem and you see exactly what they're trying to do here. So first off, their infrastructure is labeled here in terms of like there's a whole bunch of other ones here, but you can see them like here are some of their branding, or I shouldn't say brand partnerships within the infrastructure. Like you see Hedera Hashgraph, Chainlink, etc. And there's a total of 9 articles within this. Like you can see all of the names here. They're also partnered with Constellation, for an example. They're also partnered with Quant, as you do see down. I believe it was in so there research and development. Yeah, Quant. But you do see also a few other ones under like legal and regulation. Here's their markets, crypto compliance. You also see data, policy, World Economic Forum, for an example, and some other ones. Non-fungible tokens, and then of course digital assets. Now, the reason why I bring up a lot of the infrastructure and things like that around like LCX or in terms of like their ecosystem is just because like we already like hold multiple other assets that are already a part of their ecosystem. Which, by the way, initially I found LCX through the Quant partnership. And there was a few other ones around that time that were really kind of coming out. I think it might have actually been the DAG one. It was one that came out like during the summertime that I found out, and I was just like, this is crazy. I might as well just hold this asset. I did a little bit more, research on it, and I was like, all right, yeah, what they're building is something, monumental. And then we did see, of course, the Hedera Hashgraph partnership, which kind of solidified my position in this asset. Now, basically what they are building. So off the front page of their website, just to kind of talk to you guys a little bit about this because I have done a deep dive in on it, but to find that video, it is, all the way back in last summer. But we do see here by 2027, more than $8 trillion will be stored on blockchain networks. And this is from the World Economic Forum. LCX is building the infrastructure for this new financial world, powering professional crypto finance. Now, of course, like I've said, in terms of tokenization, like, you know, tokenization is taken over, and it has been taken over for a little bit of time. I think that when we really kind of talk about like global wealth and we talk about like these global markets, I think at some point in time we will see a tokenized stock exchange. And I think that LCX definitely will have a huge key role within that. And the reason why is because of what they are focused on. So we do see here Liechtenstein's blockchain laws. I hope that I'm saying that name right, by the way. Like, I've always, like, even initially on when I was making videos on LCX, a lot of people were telling me that, like, I was butchering this, and I do apologize if I am. But we do see banking and finance, one of the world's best places for finance, from its AAA rating to its banking expertise, market access, direct market access to the European Economic Area and Switzerland, tokenization, legal clarity for security token offerings, and tokenization of assets. This is what I want to focus on. Like, this is going to be like basically the push towards a tokenized stock exchange or just tokenized securities in general, which is still offering just token like security tokens in general, but also like tokenization of those security tokens. And then we do see exchange license, possible registration and licensing for the token economy, trading and transferring of digital assets. This would be huge in terms of like having an actual licensed exchange within the digital asset space. Security framework regulating custody and storage, issuance, and management of crypto assets. Holistic approach. The Liechtenstein blockchain laws go much further than the blockchain legislation of other countries. And of course, tokenize everything. How LCX's infrastructure will be the basis for the future of digital assets. LCX is building a blockchain ecosystem enabling institutional, merchant, and consumer access digital assets in a secure, trusted ecosystem. LCX aims to build the new infrastructure for digital finance, focusing on all aspects of compliance and regulation, investing to build anti-money laundering and know your customer technology solutions at the institutional and consumer brand, including on-chain analytics and surveillance of all crypto deposits and withdrawals. LCX is continuously engaging with policymakers, regulators, and financial institutions, and will routinely participate in financial and security audits as well as regulatory compliance reviews. And then, of course, last but not least, we do see advanced trading tools. As you guys do see, they are mentioning, like, for an example, the decentralized exchange that we just talked about. We do see a DeFi, like this is their DeFi terminal, if you will. They also have trading software to manage crypto assets across multiple Bitcoin exchanges called LCX Terminal. And yeah, I mean, in general, like, you could see exactly what they are trying to do here. To me personally, like, I've talked to you guys about the approach to tokenization of like real estate. We talk about like tokenization of like collectibles and stuff, like, which is like the bare minimum. But I look forward to seeing like tokenization being ushered into like real world platforms. And we have been seeing like a few updates around this, like for example, going back to October, we did see, building a better stock market, tokenized shares, bridge trading gap on blockchain. Blockchain tech allows for creation of a community governed system that is fundamentally incompatible with traditional finance. And I think that when we talk about like building out a bridge between like traditional financial markets or like just traditional financial sectors, like even the stock market, just in general, right? Having a bridge between that and a tokenized stock market would be huge. And I think that, we will get to that point. We actually do see down here the stock market remains in the hands of self dealing and corrupt institutions. But just because the traditional market is rigged with rules that shift with the elite's moods doesn't mean that everyday retail investors should, see all shareholder control and abandon trading equity entirely. Instead, a hybrid model incorporating cryptocurrency and bridging tokenized shares of companies onto a blockchain ledger for people to buy, sell, and exchange can help to build a better, more transparent stock market accessible to all. And I do think that, LCX will have a huge role here within this. I just think that from the regulatory standpoint that they are basically taking, and I also think that like with what they are building, I think that they are a solid name in the game for this. I think that when we talk about like just regulations coming into this space, it's going to ultimately change a lot of these tokens. Like LCX will most likely be one that truly, becomes a main name in the space. Not only from like a regulatory standpoint, but also from like a technological standpoint, and with what they are focused on and their overall drive to really kind of get to the end goal here, which is essentially just becoming a regulated exchange for like security offerings, like assets, digital assets in general. Like this is just going to be at the forefront of all of that. And we do see like LCX.com is a fast growing, trusted technology service provider offering clients the solutions for a compliant security token offering for issuing and managing of tokenized securities and digital assets, which is going to be 100% crucial as we do continue to really kind of move forward on into that space. I'm just really excited for something like this. I can do possibly a deeper dive in on LCX for you guys. I know that it's been a while since I actually did an update on that. But you can see what they are focused on even down here with LCX Bank. Part of LCX is the long-term vision aiming to become a blockchain bank with a full bank license focusing on corporate banking. Like they are preparing for the future of crypto. And you do see like their strategic partners down here as well, like World Economic Forum, Ledger. They have so many partners. Honestly, it's insane. But yeah, I definitely look forward to seeing where LCX definitely leads to. I think, like I said, from the perspective role, like everything will be tokenized. We even see like Tokenized to launch regulated stock exchange for security tokens. This goes back to December 2021, and there was a company Tokenized that is also trying to do this. But again, I think that there's enough food for all of them to eat. I think that when we talk about this market, it's going to be something pretty big. Like this is disrupting trillions of dollars as well, as you guys know about like traditional markets, very large market cap. But for the most part, I think LCX is a perfect opportunity in the space, especially at the market cap that it is. I have been averaging in a little bit here and there. I'm going to see if we can get our buy zones from the summertime to be hit once again. That would be incredible. But with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, I hope that you all have a beautiful day, a beautiful night, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.